Hey YouTube, this is Rescue Spark Fan 62. Here is the results of WWE NXT's Halloween Havoc. I know I'm late on this and I'm sorry. Um Now I know it's not going I'm not going to go in the direct order of how the matches went on TV. Um but Kalani Jordan versus one member of Fatal Influence. That I was wrong about this because they made it essentially a gauntlet match where it was JC Jane, Jasmine Nix, and Fallon Henley versus Kalani for and it was Fallon Henley who finally beat Kalani Jordan for her North American title. Overall, it was a good match. Um, and I am surprised they did something like that. But at the same time, you know, next is Andre Taze versus Ridge Holland. Now, the thing I liked about this was the backstory. Andre Taze brought in Ridge Holland to help mentor him because he was at a time where he was not right in the head. So you had it was an ambulance match and Ridge Holland won. Next was Tony D'Angelo versus Oba Femi in a tables, ladders, and scares match. Now I do know this one started the show. Tony D'Angelo won. Now, what does this mean for Oba Femi? Honestly, this can mean one of two things. Could be he could just be taking some time off to heal, maybe have something done. I want to spend time with family in Africa, whatever. But it is a good way to write him off if that's what it is. It has been confirmed he's not, as of now, going up to Raw or SmackDown. So that is good. Next is Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade versus Julia and Stephanie Becker. Honestly, this was a good match. It showed the background of Stephanie and Julia's time in Japan and Mexico really well. That V trigger to Cora Jade from Julia looked like it hurt. And I am glad Julia and Stephanie won. I am curious what this is going to lead to. Because as of now, it looks like a deadline is coming. They're just not sure the date yet. And lastly, before I go on, it could possibly be a fatal 4-way for Roxanne's title, for Deadline. This, I think, is going to lead to a title match for Stephanie, possibly, since she did pin Roxanne. Lastly is Trick Williams versus Ethan Page in a Devil's Playground match for the NXT title. Okay. This one is interesting because one, because it's in a Devil's Playground match, but two, you're also they So after NXT, you had a few days, so they made diss tracks to each other. Um, so it was kind of neat because Ethan dressed up as the devil, and so he sort of recreated a Freddy saying from Friday the not Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Um, and then Trick came and did a diss track on Ethan. Um, I would highly suggest you watch both of those diss tracks because they are quite funny.